Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NeverOpenPod, the podcast open to everyone, especially Doki. My name is Luke. I am your host of the NeverOpenPod, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andy. Say hello, Mr. Andy.
Hello, Mr. Andy. Hello, Luke, and hello to the listeners. Today on the Never Open podcast, we're going to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's it. Couple shows. I mean, no news really. Just a couple shows. Some fun stuff. I don't know. I'm excited about it. I like both these shows a lot.
Yeah, me too. And we're going to talk about the last two new beginning shows that happened at Korakuen Hall. Lots of emotions going around. I'm pretty sure Ishii almost had an emotion as well that wasn't "I'm going to kill you and rip you half." So yeah, maybe not.
He was like annoyed that emotions were getting in the way of his emotion to kill and beat people up. So like that's kind of like that's a sort of Ishii emotion, but it's really an emotion in the way of another emotion.
No, I totally get that. And all right, so before that's right, Mr. Guy is the master of Ishii body language. You've seen it here first. He has analyzed Ishii's body from head to toe.
Neck to there is none. So from head to toe,
right.
Skipping the neck. That's
right.
That's how it goes.
From shoulders straight to skull. But yes, there are ways people can contact and interact with us if they wish to, Mr. Guy. And those ways are we're on the Tweety still. You can interact with us there. I am at Grumpy2EB. Mr. Guy is at Trucivet Tweets. And collectively, we are at NeverOpenPod. If you want to send us a written or voice email, you can do that. NeverOpenPod@gmail.com. We are on the YouTubes. Look us up, Never Open Podcast. Hey, there we are, and you can watch us. Woo! No one can see you waving when I do that, by the way, because it's talking.
Hey!
There you go. Also, if you got any of that Sasha Banks, Bonnie. Yes. All right. I'm always impressed with myself for that for some reason. Kick it our way. We have a Teespring store where you can look never as fuck.
Yeah, do all that stuff that he mentioned. And you'll make us happy, and you'll be even happier than you are right now listening to us. If you're angry right now, then maybe it's just the emotions like Ishii. It's like you're angry because there's an emotion getting away of you having the emotion of liking us. So
that's right.
Getting deep here.
That's right. That's probably like, please don't rag on Yo again. No, not another Tamatonga rant, please.
I mean,
hey, those are ending very soon.
Yeah, we're done. We're done with those rants. I mean, maybe a Yo rant, but nothing. I don't know. Yo is Yo now, and he's kind of entertaining a little bit on this show that we'll talk about.
Don't you have Yo Stockholm syndrome? Get out of here.
I've never been forced to be anywhere near him, so that doesn't quite work. But I feel you, Luke. Now, normally what we would do is that we would do look up Google reviews of the venue. But we've read many Google reviews of Korakuen Hall on this show before, and I thought it would be fun to do something different. So what I was able to do is last week we learned something that we probably already knew but just forgot because me and Luke's brains are like sieves.
And this is like episode 225. So
yeah. So we're gonna.
I keep forgetting Yano and Tanner are a common tag team every year at World Tag League.
So our brains are like sieves. So sometimes we need to be reminded of things. And recently we were reminded that Bushi has his own chicken restaurant last week when we were reading Hiromu's Wrestler Diary. And so I was like, I wonder what that's about. Now I looked up the name, but I didn't save that part. The only part I saved is the Google review. So maybe the name will come up during one of these, but I have, in fact, right in front of me, Luke, a Google review from Bushi's Chicken Joint in Tokyo. So I would like to read that for you, if you wouldn't mind. So I wrote a song about it. Like to hear it. Here it goes. I went there with high expectations because it had an unusually high number of reviews for a karaage restaurant. But the customer service was so bad, that I didn't want to leave. One of them was babbling so much that I couldn't understand what they were saying, and the other one was saying strong-willed or bad temper and seemed to have harsh words when serving customers. This was the first time I had an unpleasant experience at a restaurant. Ever? Karagi isn't cheap, so I think the taste is worth the price. However, even after subtracting that, this number of evaluations for Karagi is still abnormal. It seems that they also sell pro wrestling goods at the store. So many of the people who are eating it are probably pro wrestling fans. I would have liked to be evaluated based on the fried chicken. 1 star, Luke. Didn't like it. Not one bit.
Dude, that's where all the heels go to buy Bushi masks. Bushi's fried chicken place. Other places you go get a fucking jacket or whatever. This place, you just get a Bushi mask, and that way you can jump the rails at a New Japan show and instantly be a heel.
That's how you get booked.
New Japan
You
show.
know what I mean? That's how you get booked.
Right.
He's selling the good ones out the back. You know what I mean? Like you got to go around back for the heel Bushi mask because they can't be caught dead in there. You know, LIJ are baby faces now. So.
Gotta hate those strong-willed customer service people.
Can you believe it? They had a will, first of all, and the fact that it was strong is very upsetting.
It's very upsetting.
Also,
I like those weak-willed servant type customer service people.
Be more subservient. You know, I like the
customer's always wrong.
The poor pronunciations where it says things like, I hate this. I don't want to leave. It's like, that's not right at all. That's why I love the Google reviews, because they're translated and they're goofy.
Part of me is wishing, though, that this customer was like, oh my God, this is terrible. I got to stay here. I got to soak this atmosphere up.
See how bad it gets, right?
Yeah, right.
You know,
it's like me at the Brian Jonestown Massacre concert not too long ago.
Our most popular video on YouTube.
On the YouTubes, and wrestling's barely mentioned. Maybe to compare or something, but that's about it. But yes, we've watched New Beginning. In fact, there's 3 New Beginning shows now. So I'd say New Beginning has well and truly beginninged.
It's begun. And,
let's go to the New Middle then, because it's the second show. No, we're not doing that.
No.
All right, fair enough. So we're at Corrigan Hall, as you all know, dear listeners, and Mr. Guy. It's a free show as well. So I hope everyone watched the free show and all that. I didn't notice. And when we start off with, oh no. Yeah. No. The bad news, Mr. Guy. Wato is injured. Now, did he say how long he might be out for?
Well, he tore his ACL, so 6 months. 8 months is what we're looking at. That's how long it takes to recover from that injury, even if you're young and spry like Master Wato. It just fucking sucks because we have really been putting him over lately. It's like Wato's really coming into the zone. I love him. There's money in him, but there's no money in his leg right now.
No. Too much fuck your leg because his leg is fucked. So yes, man. And what happens when you do something like this? Well, we were supposed to get Wato versus Show tonight, so we didn't get that. But what does happen is Show he comes out and he jumps Wato, and oh no, he's even more injured. Oh, Show from House of Torture put him out, which means when Wato comes back, he can instant feud with House of Torture. They're the mega heels, and I don't think that's going to change in the next however long it takes Wato to get better. And then Wato, we all want to see him beat Show up. So yeah, it's going to go off.
This segment was very reminiscent, because what happened was Wato came out. The announcer Abe, he's like, hey bro, the semi-main's canceled. It was supposed to be between these two, so Master Wato's going to come out and make some comments. And it was very similar to his debut, because Master Wato came out and he's like, here I am, I'm Master Wato. And Doki just beat the fuck out of him with a pipe.
It was Doki.
Yes, it was very similar to that. Only this time it was Sho because Doki's, he's got bigger fish to fry these days. And I thought that segment was really good because you got a little bit of heat, for a lot of heat, for both guys. And so I thought that was cool. And we also need to mention that this call was supposed to be Walker Texas Stewart and Chris Charlton, but Chris Charlton got COVID, so he is not on either one of these shows tonight.
No, he isn't. So we just have Walker on the call. I wrote down some of the things he said tonight, the good things. Spoiler alert, should we talk about him now? No, let's talk about him on night 2, because I think we'd put him over a lot more on night 2. All right, so we start off with a match with Reisuke Taguchi and Katsuya Murashima versus Yo and Sho Mikato. So I see this match and I'm like, oh God, are we going to start with a Yo win? That's not how I like to start shows, please. But alas, that's not to be. Someone has a Taguchi ass paddle looking thing.
Dude.
And dude, I wanted Taguchi to pop his ass out for a little spank right there. That would have been fucking cool. Dude,
that was like the greatest sign ever. Like the only sign that could have beat that was the one that, like, that time the ELP comes down the line and like Kenta, he's like, oh, I see, it says Kenta on one side, and on the other side it said ELP, and he was like, oh yeah, that's like my other favorite sign moment. But man, this sign was fantastic, and it's disgusting that Taguchi didn't even acknowledge it.
No, but that first sign moment was made even better because the previous night it had like Kenta on it. On the other side, it had LIJ.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's the same different fans, but like whoever was sitting there realized, oh, okay.
Can't double dip like that. That's disgusting.
No, you can't. You got to pick a side.
Literally. Hey.
All right, so it's Katsuya Murashima. He's the guy that has the bruises on his arm, which you said that may be a birthmark, Luke, and we shouldn't make fun of that. So I'm sorry, Katsuya Murashima, but there it is. All right. So the young lions are working a little stiff, which is fun to see. So they've obviously been told go beat the shit out of each other. So
probably not on purpose either.
No,
they just aren't that good yet. So.
Imagine that, like that, they're told to beat the shit out of each other because Taguchi's watching them, and I'm like, Taguchi doesn't beat the shit out of people. He does.
I mean, he can.
Oh, he can. With his butt, even with his hands tied behind his back. He just needs
with his butt tied behind his
front. Ooh,
hands.
It's the peacock match. I'd be like this. Oh my God. Taguchi taps out Sho Mikato with an ankle lock, though, and not only is it a fun little match, Yo loses, so that's even better.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. Both young lions got their legs fucked up in this match, so they're both like limping around after the match, and I was like, yeah, shout out. So that was pretty cool. So that was our opener. Our next match, Luke, is, holy shit, this is wild. It's Henare, TJP, Akira, Great-O-Khan, and Newman versus Gabe Kidd, Finley, Alex C. the Android, Clark Connors, the cocaine guy, and Dan Baloney. And holy shit, Gato's out there too. Of course, United Empire come out first, and then Bullet Club kind of go, oh, we're just going to walk out. No, we're going to kill you. And they, of course, go, and everybody's fighting. And it's so great because I love the Japanese fans so much. Man, they just get it. They get it. There is a brutal beatdown going on in front of them, and they're just laughing, having the time of their life. And I'm like, man, I love it. That's so great. So that made me laugh. So all this brawling's going on. All of a sudden, a Never match breaks out in the ring because Gabe Kidd and Henare just are beating the fuck out of each other. It's so awesome. It's tremendous. I loved it. So the match starts right then. The crowd goes nuts for Henare too. He's like permanently over Kurgan Hall because of the Shingo match, right? So it's like they never forget that shit. And we'll talk about that. So Newman's in this match, and he's permanently over at Kurgan Hall too for the singles match he had with Ishii, where he almost won. So it's like, I love that. I love those like moments. They never forget that shit. And when a guy comes in, you can hear the crowd realizing, oh, that's that. Remember that? Oh yeah. It's great.
We
And
know
then
you
they
can
laugh.
fucking tear it up. We've seen
Right.
it, yeah.
Remember that? Oh, so good. So anyway, I love that. Great Khan, this is tremendous. So Great Khan gets in the corner and he does squats on Gabe Kidd's face while he's doing his like sit down in the corner thing, which is part of his gimmick now because he's the most fit. I'm sure in Japanese he is, telling everyone who will listen in the backstage comments how fit he is because he beat Ishimori in a
right?
fit match. So that made me laugh so hard.
That's anymore, man. Can't tell him that.
So Bullet Club, they cheat, and of course they get a bunch of heat on Newman for a bit, and the crowd is so behind Newman. Like I said, it's great. Alex C does power holds. He's doing power holds. So imagine what that is. That's what he's doing. So it's tremendous. So we've talked about, like before, Kushida does high flying holds. This guy does power holds. It's fucking awesome. So anyway, Bullet Club, they taunt Great Khan, and Gabe Kidd does a forced sex act on Newman, which is disgusting. I can't believe it. And when Newman and Dan Baloney are in there, which we've talked about this before, they are very familiar with each other and have wrestled each other a bunch in England, so they go hard as fuck, and it's just tremendous, man. I love it. So TJP does a hot tag, and he's super over, because guess what? Him and Akira have torn up at K-Hall over and over again. So the crowd remembers that, Plus, there's something going on with him we're going to talk about maybe at the after the second night or maybe here. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, this is my problem. TJP tags in. Here we go. I'm going to do the boot scrape. But first, I'm going to miss the air. Fuck you, air. I will miss you. Why? So we had suspected before that maybe he was warding off the Bullet Club guys, but in this case he was not. He just misted the air. He wasted it. I don't like it. So that made me upset. But I guess now that I think about it, remember Bushi used to miss the air when he came out, but he didn't do it on a hot tag. It was water, and he would just spit it out like he was Triple H. So some guys do that. I don't know. I got a problem with this part though. So anyway,
seems like a waste of mist.
Yeah, it's like, wouldn't you? Well, plus the guy is right there in the corner, sitting there, and you're going to miss the air?
Not like, I know he's a face, but he's in a feud with Bullet Club.
Yes,
so the fans, like us and the fans would be like, fuck yeah, miss that guy. What a piece of shit.
It's right? It's bad psychology, and, normally
he wants to be the leader, by the way.
We're going to get to that. So anyway, he does the miss. He does boot scrape, but he just missed the air. The opponent is right there. Like I said, Great Khan hits a ripcord arm drag that looks incredible.
I saw that.
Man, everybody gets in the pool, does huge moves, and some of them take a long time to develop, and it's fucking worth it. You're like thinking it's going to be boom, 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 but no, it's like this, that, counter, 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 boom, 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 then boom. It's really fucking great, man. So TJP botches a tornado DDT, but he and Baloney recover right away. Like, no problem, Connors is a bump machine again in this match, and he gets a big spear on Akira for a near fall. Akira's, of course, super over, and there's a wild finish with a big TJP dive on all the bad guys, and then some, like, total elimination counters. Counters, and then Akira gets a roll up on Connors, and United Empire celebrate like they won the fucking Royal Grand or whatever the fuck you call it over there. So that one. They act like they won that, and so anyway, that's the thing. And as you were alluding to a second ago, at the end of this, when United Empire celebrate, TJP's in the middle, and the other guys are flanking him, and it's like. And after the show, he announced that he is going to compete in heavyweight and heavyweight. And Akira tweeted about it and was like, well, I don't know where that leaves me because I kind of am your, partner, but okay. So I think United Empire is going to break up. That's what I think. What do you think?
Well, yeah, you had your A-lister with Will Ospreay. And no offense to all the other gentlemen in that group. I like them a lot. There's no one quite on Ospreay's level of top guy-ishness, you'd have to have time to kind of you could heat them up pretty easily and over the next year build them up. But yeah, I think we're going to get a new faction somewhere. I mean, all right, here's a thought, and I'm sorry to do this to you, but there's another faction that's just lost its leader, and who's taking over fucking Chaos? Fucking Yo? No way.
Godo.
Godo, yeah, right.
No, I will do this.
Yeah, right. Fuck that. But I don't know. Are they just going to become giant Hontai now, like pretty much, or something like that? What's going to happen with these Empire dudes? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I just suspect that they're going to break up, or it will now be led by TJP and just go forward that way. I think the Chaos is going to break up too. Like, that seems inevitable. That seems like that has to happen now. Just because we'll talk about Ishii and Tanahashi's relationship and stuff and how that develops a little bit, during these nights. And it just seems obvious that they're going to be a team going forward. So
yeah.
where does that leave Chaos,
They've done the opposite of the story that we wanted.
Yeah, it's true.
Especially now that Tanahashi has a title.
Yep. He does. And, well, at this point, he has 2. So
that's right. All right. Yeah.
And it's presidency. So, but anyway, that match was fucking awesome. But boo, TJP is the leader of United Empire. I'm sorry. He's just not.
No.
I mean, I'd rather it be Great Khan if we're going to do something like that. Great Khan,
anyway.
He's tremendous promo. The leader has to be a promo. He has to be a good promo.
It's true. I have to say, we're getting pretty much this match on all of these shows. And my God, they know it, so they're working hard to mix it up, do different things. You don't notice, right? Like, I just see on paper, I think I've seen this match. And then I'm watching the match, I'm like, I totally forget it. All of these guys are working hard to put this story over and make you go like, I want to fucking see this cage match. They're doing already. Yeah, it's going to be insane. I can't wait. And they deserve it too. They've all been working hard. It's going to be an awesome time. All right, so next we have this feud's still going. All right, we've got El Phantasmo, Jado, and Hikuleo versus. I wonder who's losing this match. I'm like, oh fucking hell. Versus Kenta, Chase Owens, and Taiji Ishimori. I'm just like, I don't want a rematch of this. What happened to all the other tag teams in New Japan? I would even just like to see an El Phantasmo Hikuleo match where they just beat up Tenkozy or something. Obviously pinning Tenzan. Obviously. Yeah. Anything. But look, Kenta, I'm glad to see you back. Ishimori, yeah, I don't know. But surely there's someone cooler for Kenta to tag with as well. I don't know, man. What's going on? This match is fine, but this feud, it's over. Kenta is obviously pining for something, and it's Bo-Chan. You can tell because Kenta does the fucking lowest of effort pins on Jado for 3. I'm like, anyone could have kicked out of that. Just need to move a centimeter and you've kicked out somehow. It was a very lackadaisical pin for a match that, lackadaisical. There you go. It was fine. Did you like it?
Wow. I mean, I liked a couple things about it. There was we have ELP and Ishimori on opposite sides, right? Which we've had that before, but it's been a while, like in this setting. So I'm like, what's going to happen? Well, of course, when they finally get to those two, here we go. Bullet Club just cheat and beat the shit out of everybody. And the crowd goes silent in that way that's like, I do not like this.
We wanted to see you get beat up right away.
Well, it's the same sound that you hear when someone realizes the venue's a little further away from the train station than they thought.
House of Torture better not win because that's going to be a shit walk back to the train station.
Oh, man. Well, Luke, after that match, Hanare joins commentary. What did you think of Hanare Unleashed on commentary?
I thought he was great. He was really good. Remember that one time we thought, oh, my God, please never do commentary again? Then he did. And we were like, all right, where's this guy been? Who is this Hanare? We like him. And he was like that, like the second Hanare. Really good. Hey, you see someone in a move that's done like a little different than usual. Hanare's like, oh, when you do it this way, it pulls at these muscles, things like that. Just little nuggets like that he drops in all the time, and just talking about how tough and cool some of the other wrestlers are and shit. It's really cool. It's good.
Yeah, he did great. And, up to this point, we've had nothing negative to say about Walker Texas Stewart at all.
No,
So keep that in mind, because like I wasn't listening to everything he was saying because I kind of tuned out the commentary anyway. But man, I thought Hanare's excitement is always fun. Like he loves pro wrestling, and when you get to hear a wrestler talk about pro wrestling, you can like see the light in his eyes, even though you can't even see him. You can hear it. It's like that's cool, man. That's like something that I don't think pro wrestling in general takes advantage of very much. The fact that people fucking love wrestling and want to talk about it. Like it's like usually it's super overproduced and they don't really get the opportunity to just kind of talk in character about how they love wrestling. So I thought that was pretty cool.
and that's the thing. He does stay in character.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's even though he's giving you like these little nuggets that you might not have heard or know about, he's still very much the United Empire's Hanare. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Nuggets, but not stank nuggets.
Definitely not the stanky ones. There is no.
So it's true. Well, Luke,
Man,
next we have.
All right, so next, Mr. Guy, we have the dream team of President Hiroshi Tanahashi, the about to leave guy. So he's probably going to leave on his back and lose the titles, right? Kazuchika Okada and their pet Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii, with Honma versus Zack Sabre Jr., Shane Haste, Mikey Nichols, and Kosei Vegeta. I love Honma. Shut up, you know that.
Man.
But yes, I just want to read out this first note because I was really stupid. It's Okada leaving means this team is losing the belts. Yay! And that's obviously not what they're doing because they really, really don't want to lose Okada. And I bet they wish they weren't. It's obviously all him. He wants to do something different. So, yeah, that was my hot take. I'm glad I didn't.
We watched
Tweety that hot take.
We watched these shows at different times, and you had to like watch them after me, and you kept saying, "Oh, fucking this Okada sure is going to lose these titles," and you were like already 3 steps ahead of whatever was going to happen after that, and I was like, it should be pretty easy for you to know when there's a result coming up that is different because I just say nothing. I literally say nothing. So.
You thought I would have picked up on that at that time, but I did not.
I gotta switch it up. So.
Now, I hope this isn't the first time I've noticed this, but hey, there's new all orange trunks for everyone in Team ZK. Yay, they all match now.
Did you know they all have chicken restaurants too? Everyone in TMDK has a chicken restaurant.
Yeah. The Mighty Do Cook.
Yep. With a K.
The Mighty Do Chook. TMD. Oh, whatever the fuck. Who cares? Anyway, here's my other second stupid take because I was confused because, Zack Sabre Jr. went from amazing TV title run to stank belt challenger, but that's not what's happening at all. All right, so apparently it's Haste, Mikey, and Vegeta versus the Dream Team, but it's a rematch. We've just seen that match, so I was confused that they were doing it again. I thought they were mixing up the trio by putting Zack Sabre Jr. in this spot. No.
You're all mixed up.
Wow. So, yes. Wow. I'm such a stupid. But Vegeta is very entertaining. He looks like such a cocky shit in this match, which is awesome. And I bet you that just infuriates Okada even more. Okada makes him fucking pay for it too with a money clip, which makes me laugh. I usually hate the money clip. I do hate the money clip. But seeing him put it on Vegeta in this moment, I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm going to pay that. Okada's over huge too, by the way. Huge. This isn't like a Western crowd where I don't know, Omega's leaving AEW to go to wherever, and they boo him out for like the last couple shows or something like that. This ain't a Western crowd. This is a crowd that appreciates that he's still here, and they're excited to see him one last time before he goes and does other things. So yeah, he's over fucking huge. Anyway, goddamn, my favorite parts of these whole matches, by the way, ended up being Vegeta and Okada. It's just a shame that I'm not going to get another 5 years of this story because it's just so fucking good. I want another like a year or two of Vegeta getting that little bit closer and never winning, and then eventually getting that big win somewhere. So yeah, Honma doesn't do much in this match except tag in at the end to lose, but that's okay. He does get to be in the that huge double down spot, and he gets to hit his now definite trademark double headbutt and diving Kakeshi spot. So he's glommed onto the fact that the fans quite like that, and it's something he can do. So he's going to do it.
He's only been doing it for 30 years or something like that. So damn kid is finally figuring it out.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I see that a lot, and other times I feel like it's been a while. It's been a while. I don't know why. There's a neck crank on poor Honma though. Yeah. And a PK and a triangle choke. Nope, he turns it into an arm bar, and Zack Sabre Jr. taps out Honma.
That match is fantastic.
Dude, this match is so good.
Match. So awesome. The crowd's as hot as fuck. Everything Okada does, they care about. They maybe don't like it, but they care about it. And so his reaction, their reaction to his interactions with Vegeta is just fucking incredible, man. And after the match, he bows to Kurgan Hall, and the crowd, they pan over to the crowd, which they don't do that very often in New Japan. Pan over and just show us the crowd for a few seconds. We see that, and there is, every phone is up. Every person's losing their mind. You can see the excitement in their eyes. It's kind of cool. So, how many times have some of those people seen Okada wrestle in that same building? And he'll be back, but at the same time, it won't be the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool. Anyway, all right, next look we have Shota Umino, Togi Makabe, and Tama Tonga versus Yujiro Takahashi, Evil, and Renarita. So, it's a hot match, and Hanare says the first match that he ever saw in Kurgan Hall was Ishii versus Makabe. And I was like, fucking A, man, that makes sense, As never was in his blood,
That's
so right. I believe he also used the word never as an adjective or a noun during his commentary, which I'm
pretty sure he did.
We were the first people to do that. But anyway, Walker wants to talk numbers, all right? And he's like, team unaffiliated only has so many numbers, and House of Torture have this number. And Hanari says that Jado only counts for half a person. He's like, to be fair, so you can't count him for a whole person. He gets a half. I thought that was pretty funny. And a little, like I said, it's Hanari unleashed, on this night. So he's kind of doesn't give a fuck, and I kind of like it. So anyway, that was pretty great. So House of Torture kill who is this? Makabe, I guess, or no, Tama for a bit, and then the original two youths wrestle again. I'm like, oh hey, it's the two youths again. And so Shota Umino gets huge reactions, and Ren of course cheats through eye trauma, and he beats the shit out of Shota Umino. Tama and Makabe team up on Ren, and Ren takes a scary bump from a Makabe lariat. Like, Ren Narita, you don't need to be landing on your fucking dome for Makabe. Get out of here.
No, man.
He's going to hit you no matter what you do. So
that's right.
If you did 3 flips and landed, he'd be mad at that. He'd be like, oh, you're going too hard.
Taking the spotlight from me, brother. Like, what are you doing?
Look dumb, So I just anyway, it's like, why are we doing scary bumps like that? But Ren Narita, he grabs the ref, and House of Torture do the karate chop to Makabe's dick, and a burger falls out of his pants. So I found that amusing. That was pretty funny. Fantastic call. All right, so this fucking karate chop comes, the burger falls out of his pants, and Hanari says, this must be why, he said, Dick Togo, and these karate chops to the dick, this is why Japan's having, problems with their population. That was fantastic. So,
You've got Lance Archer eating babies, and
yes,
you've got Togo performing like live vasectomies in front
you
of
know,
crowds.
I wonder if he and Lance Archer got heat because, like, if Dick Togo keeps doing this, there won't be any more babies for Lance Archer to eat. So,
Oh, that's true.
just saying, you know, we got trouble, we got heat, we got baby heat between those two. Oh my god. So anyway, those things happen, and they're all 100% real. And then there's push-up bra is black now with steel plates on it. It's been bedazzled, which I think is fantastic.
Bedazzled.
Red
It's
Narita,
true.
he uses the push-up bra and he takes out Makabe and he pins Makabe. And Makabe is like, yeah, kid, you got to do neck bumps so that, you know, you feel okay when I pin you, you know. That was fun, though.
Yeah. But, you know, they all have to have their weapons. The people in House of Torture, a spanner, a garrote, fucking pimp cane, and a push-up bra. I can't say push-up bar. It doesn't feel, it doesn't roll off the tongue. The tongue. Not even tongue rolls off the tongue that good. So, no, it's push-up bra for life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do want to point out that whilst we've had a whole glut of wrestlers leaving, I just want to point out that Yujiro's never leaving. And that one day he will be a pimp dad.
Well, it kind of is already, right? I mean, he's kind of the dad of House of Torture, right? Yeah, he's taking pins. He's in there. He's showing them how to use. He like, you know, like how do you think Sho learned how to use the spanner? He's watched him use the pimp cane and was like, well, I can't use the pimp cane. I need my own thing, you know. So he went with the spanner. He's working on a car. It came to him just like that.
He's working on a car in the House of Torture garage. What kind of car is it?
It's a Dracula, right? Yeah, or I mean a gremlin, maybe. You know, I think that would be good too. But so you take your car to the House of Torture garage, right? And you go in for an oil change, and you end up with a laundry list of problems. Now these problems weren't there when you rolled in, but for some reason your oil pan fell off. Your tires are all slashed. How did that happen? You know? And Dick Togo looks out from the office. He did it. So
he's really happy about it too. Oh my god,
he needs a gimmick, right? To hit people in the dick with. He doesn't have a
for
the
him,
garage.
it's all shits and giggles. Just it's like he just put a whoopee cushion there or something. Oh my god! Sometimes I ask a stupid question and then I get a good answer. So that's pretty cool.
Torture garage rules. What is referee Marty Asami's role? You know, I mean, like, is he's an inspector that comes in every once in a while. It's like, everything's wrong, guys. No.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's built to, it's not built to code at all. In fact, whatever the opposite of code is, it's a fucking death trap. Like Lizzie Bathory would see that house and be like, what the fuck? What the murder house from that one dude made? Come on, man. No,
the
plus it's nothing
house.
but Italian horror movie. So
I don't know. Oh, the House of Usher might be the one you're talking about. You know, that was bad news. Usher 2 was even worse.
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, this time it's ushering. Yeah, that's right.
That's a great story.
All right,
from Martian Chronicles. Yeah, it was built on Mars. So.
Well, cool. Speaking of the complete opposite of that, we have it's a weird aside we just did, but whatever. We have fucking House of Torture derails everything, don't they? We got LIJ versus Just Five Guys. Chumpy is reffing, which is awesome. Bushi's coming out dressed like a Minotaur or something like that. He's going to be selling some of those at the chicken joint, no problem.
You think that's what he's serving? Maybe it isn't chicken. Maybe it's some like legendary creature, you know? So just saying.
That's right. All right. So we got LIJ and Just Five Guys. They're all mixing it up and fighting different people. No, I'm just kidding. They're fighting all the guys they're feuding with. So I'm enjoying that. So shut up. Commentary keeps saying that Sonata is the longest reigning champ. So that's pretty good for him. So that's something they can just say about him. Well, until that record is broken, really, I guess. Doki takes a nasty-looking knee to the head by Naito. It's like some kind of Yoshi-Goroshi looking thing. You're supposed to like land and take a backbreaker or something. Instead, it looks like Doki's poor head just kind of whacks himself on Naito's knee.
That's his.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's his fucking. He's been doing this hip toss where he hip tosses the dude right on his knee. That's what it was. And Doki's just that badass at selling and made you think his head was going to fall off.
It did look gnarly. But look, Doki does this amazing gory special transition thing with Hiromu in the corner, and I was like, oh my God. And then Hiromu pisses me off by not taking the gory special. I was like, come on, man, look at that setup. Oh man, imagine if that was the practice run in the tag match. And then in their singles match, boom, gory special in the corner. It happens this time. What do you reckon? Yeah?
I liked it. It was good.
All right, cool. This match is great, and just 5 guys all look pretty pissed off in this match too. The rest of LIJ though, they're all like, "It's a house show, bro," except for Suji, who's also really pissed off and going for fucking Yu Uemura. They just want to beat the shit out of each other. It's turned into a blood feud with those two. In fact, I think their feuds are a little better than the feud that'll culminate at the end of the next night, but that's okay. Taichi gets his pants off during the match, so there's something we haven't seen for a while. There's a kick to Bushi's face, which Walker is like, he just calls it straight away, "You already die!"
Dude, fucking awesome.
Oh my God. It was such a cool call. I was like all right, Walker. All right. I'm warming up to you, mate. So, yeah, and that's the 1, 2, 3 right there. Then this is where, let's say, I already knew this was happening, but I guess they want to make sure no one's forgotten. But Taichi issues a challenge, the 5-on-5 challenge. And they all help him try and get his pants back on for the Just 5 Guys theme so he can rip them off again, but he doesn't quite make it in time, the poor guy.
Yeah. That shit was funny. And he made like Shingo throw the pants in for him somehow. He tricked him into doing it. That shit was fun, man. I really enjoyed that match, just because it's, I mean, what else do you want? I like Hinari put over Taichi's kicks too. Like that.
Don't want to get kicked by Taichi.
No. Main event, Luke. We get a main event package telling us all about the junior titles and how they're going to junior title each others and stuff. So it is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title match. It is Desperado versus Kanemaru, and this is fun stuff. So these two have always had a fun rivalry related around headlocks, and so that is going to play a role in this game, or this match, just at the beginning here. This match is more than that, of course, but it's how they're going to start off. And what this match is really going to end up being is who can fuck whose leg up more. See, that's the thing, is that these are 2 of the most like fuck your leg juniors to ever wrestle. And so like that's what it's like, oh, we're going to do headlocks, but we're also going to break each other's legs. So, Desperado comes out alone and Kanemaru comes out with Hot. So they're all out there, right? So Red Shoes tells Hot to leave. He's like, And so they leave. It doesn't take long for these guys, once the bell rings, to get into some fun headlock shenanigans, which is good times. They run the ropes, and Kanemaru lands a drop kick to begin some fuck your leg. And so he goes right for that. They go to the floor, and Desperado takes his fucking awesome ring post bump. I love that. Oh my God. So good. Nobody else does that. And it looks gnarly, but it looks awesome too. So Kanemaru hangs Desperado over the guardrails and jumps off the guardrails for like a guillotine leg drop, right? What? That's cool moves. How's the Torture do cool moves now? It's wild, man. So some lady no sells getting kicked by Desperado on that guardrail bump too. Like he flipped over and just kicked some lady that's sitting in the crowd, and she just no sold it. Just act like that didn't happen. Dude.
She just wet her pants, man. That was like, oh my God, he landed on me. It was so awesome.
Well, she wasn't selling, so maybe she was selling on the inside, but that doesn't count. So anyway, that made me upset. But big moves on the floor, including a body slam with extra stank. And so Kanemaru, he wants a count out win. I don't think he can win the title that way, but he doesn't care. So Desperado breaks the count. Of course, he fires up in that way that, you know, only Desperado does. Like Desperado's fire ups, like what's great about him is it, I mean, his moves look good, his shit looks awesome and everything, but like what I love about him is he is one of the best like baby faces that can never be cheesy. Nothing he does can be cheesy or corny. Everything he does is so real. It's like, you know, when he fires up, it fires up in that way that like it's not come on, it's not yeah, it's none of that. It's like this look that he gets and the way that his body moves, and it's I don't know, it's just he's underrated as a baby face, I think. I don't
Everyone
think
wants
really...
to be that cool face, you know, not the baby face, but the cool one. No one will be fucking cool. That's Desperado.
Yeah, he can do that. And not too many people can, you know, it's like, man, so tremendous. Anyway, so this is great too. He fires up and then Desperado is like getting, you know, Kanemaru's going to hit him with a move, but Desperado just does the splits. It's just fun. And they do like a wacky cutter thing from Kanemaru.
That was cool. That was really
I don't know
cool.
what that was, but it was wild. So camel clutch from Kanemaru for a rope break spot. Desperado hits a pair of backdrop suplexes, and they say 10 minutes have passed, and it seems like 20 have gone, but like in that good way.
Good way,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Where it was like that's only 10 minutes. Like, wow, so much has happened. You know, like that's just kind of the way. I don't know. It was fucking wild. So Desperado finally starts his own fuck your leg offense, and Kanemaru fakes a knee injury, right? And Desperado is like, I am not falling for this bullshit. Right?
No one fell for it.
So he got, but that's the thing is, Kanemaru's got 3 steps to all of his shit. You know, it's not just one step. If you don't fall for step 1, you'll fall for step 2. So it's like, what? I'm not falling for this knee injury bullshit. I'm going to get you. Walks right into a roll up, right? So I love that. And then a crazy DDT from Kanemaru. Deep Impact is countered into a spine buster and into numero dos. And you know he's cranking. And man, that looks so cool. It's a fucking shitty move. That is whatever I can't even remember what it's called, the fucking move that, you know, what they call it in America, but it's like a move that nobody does because it's shitty. And Desperado makes it look like one of the most devastating moves that some.
Oh my god.
It is awesome. So, man, I love
Look,
that.
I'm bending the knee the way it's supposed to bend. Ah!
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
So, of course, House of Torture appear. Show is out. He distracts the ref, and there's a ref bump, and then House of Torture attack. Ren Narito has Desperado, but and that's they got history, you know. So, but Shota Umino and Taguchi in a very slow and very tired-looking presidential candidate, Tanahashi, come out to chase him off, and Tanahashi looks silly. He looks absolutely silly because everybody's running to the ring. Go ahead.
He's out there because Wato's injured.
Yeah, exactly. It was supposed to be Watto, and that'll happen again. You know, like if somebody else was supposed to be somebody else later. We'll talk about that. But anyway, that was tremendous. So Shota Umino, all those guys are out there. The turnbuckle cover was removed during all that madness, right? And you didn't see it happen. Kanemaru hits a few Irish whips. Desperado doesn't know it's uncovered. Boom, he goes right into it. Moonsault to Desperado's back, and Kanemaru's going to win, right? But he just goes for a brab. So
oh my God,
he's like,
what a
fuck
prick.
you. Hanare can't believe it. Like, he is like, what are you? He's like, you motherfucker. He gets
That's the biggest
disrespect.
That son of a bitch.
It's so funny, man. So we get more exposed turnbuckle shenanigans, and Kanemaru hits deep impact, but it's only for 2. He goes for a brain buster, but Desperado gets one instead. Spine buster, Olympic slam, guitar of death for 2 for Desperado. Pinche Loco is countered, so Desperado goes back to fuck your leg. Kanemaru gets 2 awesome near falls, like, you know, countering numero dos with like those little roll ups and stuff. He misses an enziguri. Desperado gets numero dos. House of Torture out. They pull the ref. Evil Dick try a magic killer, but no, Tama Tonga in for the save, right? And Desperado hits a low blow on Evil, and they hit a magic killer together, Desperado and Tama Tonga. So that was supposed to be Watto there too, right? So anyway, anyway, sad face emoji. But Suntory Surprise is thwarted. Some counters, but Kanemaru is hung in the full Joshi version of the numero dos, and Red Shoes has to call it, and the match is over. Show attacks Desperado during his post-match comments after the match, but man, I love that. I thought that was fun.
I thought it was a great match. I knew that House of Torture guys were going to come out, but I'm glad we got at least it felt like 20 minutes of those two men just going at it, but it wasn't. It was more like 12. Like, you're right. This match has that kind of quality that they fit so much story in a short time. Could have sworn it was twice as long as it actually was. They got great chemistry. A lot of it was Kanemaru doing all these kind of interesting reversals or not being where Despy thought he was. Because Kanemaru, hey, I know all your moves and stuff. So it's Desperado having to try different shit, or just to kind of do that one-upmanship on Kanemaru to kind of turn the tables. It was great stuff. I loved it. Oh my god, what a main event!
It's a good show. So Walker, Texas Stewart, he was by himself for half that show. Didn't even notice. All right, meaning if they hadn't even said anything, I mean, I would have. I'm sure I would have noticed that Chris Charlton wasn't there. But if they hadn't said anything about it, I would have been like, oh, it's fine. Like, he did a fine job when Hinari was there. It got a little better. I got no complaints from him on night 1, and I respect the shit out of him for what he does on night 2, because he didn't get any help this night, and he crushes it, right? Like,
because there's no one in his ear like in other federations going, all right, make sure to put this bit over, say this, all that kind of stuff. Don't say that. No, this is just him flying blind all by himself. How old is he? Like fucking 12?
I mean, he used cliches a lot. There were long periods of time where he didn't say a move name. He'd just say the person's name, which I hate that. Kanemaru! Hiromu! Like, just say the move name, too. Tell us what they're doing. Call what you see, right? That's the sports presentation that we're supposed to be doing. But, like, as far as, like, he didn't do anything to annoy me, and that's easy to do on commentary. So I just feel like that I got to give him a big thumbs up for this, because I just respect the shit out of him now. Because, man, I don't know. I mean, like, he's by himself in a country where he doesn't speak the language for a brand new job. And they were like, oh, by the way, you got to do like the other guy's job too. And he just did it. And, like, fucking did fine. Respect.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of mistakes here and there I think I heard, but I don't care. You did like a 3-4 hour show all on your own. So yeah, no, he was great. And before we start with night 2 at Corrigan Hall, which is Okada's last night in this venue, I just want to let you and the dear listeners know that I have also got a 1-star Bushi restaurant chicken review.
That's right.
And I would like to read that out to everyone right now. I wonder if the reason why the ratings are too high for a fried chicken restaurant is because of favoritism on part of Los Ingos professional wrestling fans. The taste isn't that great. In fact, it's bad, but the price is too high. The customer service was also terrible. 1 star.
Jeez.
Probably too strong-willed for his liking, too. I want thick chicken and weak-willed waitresses, please.
That's right. And no pro wrestling fans, which, fair enough. You know what I mean? Fair enough. I get it. They kind of
What kind of athlete opens up a restaurant and doesn't, like, put all their shit on the walls? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I noticed a pattern when I was looking up those Google reviews is that all of the ones that were negative were like, I just came here for some chicken, but apparently it's just like a okay chicken restaurant that like a wrestler owns. So that's why people come to it. And like, I don't think it's good. In fact, it's bad.
It's so bad I stuck around a while.
I can't leave.
I was fascinated by that strong-willed waitress. Like, what the fuck? How'd she get that job? Oh my goodness.
Wonder what she does in her off time. I think it's strong-willed. Now I'm interested,
Oh, all right. So you start off by telling me that, like, oh my god, night 2, man, I can't wait. And I watched the first few matches, and I was like, really? This night's fucking weird. But you are eventually correct, so that its night eventually ends up being awesome.
Well, stuff happens. Stuff happens,
it.
and there's implications, and it's kind of like stuff we didn't expect. And it's like, okay, specific to our show, there's some stuff that happened that like kind of shows us a light at the end of the tunnel. So it's like, it was kind of exciting,
And the light is someone new, someone fresh. It's a different direction. Oh my god, we'll get to that. Well, first we got Toriano, who's pretty much there just to get introed, and that's pretty much it. And Katsuya Murashima versus Bolton Oleg and Shoma Kato. By the way, seeing the new young lion Murashima get gut wrenched by Oleg was fucking awesome. He was just
so tiny compared to Bolton.
Oh my god. And he's like, I'm not the youngest of the young boys now. If he dies, he dies. That's how I just imagined it for some reason. Gut wrench, gut wrench, gut wrench, gut wrench. Oh my god. It's like he was going to use him to go fucking canoeing or something. Fuck.
Dude, he needs to have a match against Great-O-Khan soon. Just saying. Great-O-Khan win easily, but at the same time, I mean, that would be really fun. So
that's right. And by the way, here's how. I guess Yano was here just to get his intro, because this match ends when Oleg does the half of the "You Can't Escape" that Omega does. Just the flipping part, not
you can't.
Yeah, he's all right. He just does the "You Can" and gets the 3 on Katsuya Murashima. So the team of 2 young lions beat a team with Yano in it. It doesn't hurt Yano at all, though, because one punched the dick and suddenly he's in a title picture or something. And yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, after this match, there sounds like what is a lot of match changes.
Oh, yeah? We get a bunch of match changes. Okay. I guess because Wado was not, and maybe some other stuff. But anyway, something I noticed about that match that I found interesting is that the timekeeper, Abe, I had my eyes on him a little bit during this match. And I noticed that, like 5 seconds into the match, like one of the young lions has another young lion in like an arm bar or something, and Abe's over there with the ring bell hammer ready. Like, okay, buddy. Okay. Like, he is committed, and like, good job. Way to sell it, buddy. But that wasn't going to happen. Anyway.
It's a house show, bro.
Well, I mean, it's not. It's a televised show. I just mean 2 young lions locked up 5 seconds into the match. Nobody's tapping out, but he's ready, just in case, and Chump, whoever the ref was like, no. Which, by the way, Chumpy Jr. on both these shows, he reffed that match. He told Abe, no. And Abe went, oh, okay. So anyway, Luke, we hear something next that I haven't heard in a while, and I fucking love it. We hear Go Go Tiger, and I mark out because I don't care that this match doesn't make any sense. I love it. I'm so happy it happened. So it's Tiger Mask versus Zack Sabre Jr. for some reason. Don't care. Doesn't matter. Fucking great match. It's so fun. So anytime we got to hear Go Go Tiger is good time. So anyway, it's awesome. They do great mat wrestling, and Zack Sabre Jr. goes hard, making Tiger Mask look like maybe he could win. It's like Tiger Mask he's wily. He's got a couple holds that Zack Sabre Jr. hasn't done in a while. He busts those up, and the crowd's like, oh, tremendous. So Zack Sabre Jr. bumps all over the place for Tiger Mask, even though he's twice his size. They work into a bow and arrow, but of course, you don't do that. Don't do the bow and arrow to Tiger Mask, because he's going to do that little flip kick thing. And he does it.
Every time, of course.
He nailed him, so I love that. That was great. It's a little clunky at times, but fuck off. It's Tiger Mask versus Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. tries a Tiger suplex. That is against the law. So they roll around for some fun counter wrestling on the mat, but palm strikes from Zack Sabre Jr. to Tiger counters with a great slap. Like, bow, got him. By the way, like, Zack Sabre Jr. good at getting slapped in the face. He's good at that. Like, when somebody slaps in the face, it always looks terrible for him, but maybe they're just really slapping him. But they do all kinds of wacky holds, and Tiger Mask taps out, of course. That's fun. Zack Sabre Jr. leaves to give Tiger Mask the ring after the match, even though he lost. Good brother.
Yeah. Who cares why this exists? You're right. It's a delightful, fun little match. And we get to see that we wouldn't normally get to see, because it's a junior and a heavy. So, yeah. Who cares? It was good stuff. And I'm glad you covered it, because I have got the weirdest match on the whole night. I won't spend too much time on it because it really is a match where someone's shadow looms large over it by his absence. And I think, what does ELP also have COVID, Mr. Guy? Is that what we're
I don't
going
know.
with?
I heard he hurt his foot kicking trees.
No, that's
He
right.
was
He's
doing
kicking
some
the trees again.
training, which, by the way, Nakajima recently posted a video online of him training in the woods, and he's giant oak tree just kicking the shit out of it. And it made me think of that, and it's very reminiscent of like I don't know, some old school bullshit and woolen socks guys training in the woods. It's that kind of thing. But I think that's
Kickboxer with Van Damme or something.
yes,
or some of that.
yes. They weren't chasing chickens, but pretty much.
So yes, I guess I do get the hot match of Hikuleo, Jado, and Taguchi versus Chase, Kenta, and Ishimori. Gee, I wonder what team's going to win this match. It is a weird match, noticeable because ELP is not there, and ELP is definitely one of those guys that when he isn't around, I'm like, hey, where's ELP?
Yeah.
So, yeah. You kind of get a feeling of how much he is a glue that holds one of the sides together and makes it pop. And then when he's not there, the match just exists. But Ishimori, he gets the pin on Jado, and that's fine.
Aww.
This happened.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that Taguchi was trying to coach everybody. And Hikuleo had a Taguchi Japan shirt on. I thought that was cool. But this next match involves Yo, and it is.
I did not write notes for this. I'm sorry. I was just like, hell nah.
Oh well, Desperado, Tama Tonga, and Yo with Hanma, and Hanma versus Hot minus Ren Narita. Right, he's in the main event, so he's not in this match. So at the before the bell, Bullet Club, they're like, we're going to attack. Yeah, they attack. And I realized that Desperado is wearing his Wrestle Kingdom gear and that Wado just copied off of him. So the red gear is his Wrestle Kingdom gear. And Wado just was like, oh, that looks cool, buddy. I'm going to put some on mine. Now I'm red too. And now his leg is broken. Anyway. So Sho tries to unmask Desperado. Boo! Crowd boos the shit out of him, and Desperado's reaction is really fun. Like it's like, again, he is a tremendous babyface, so his reactions are great. Sho's just like a pest to him, So it's fun. Anyway, Desperado has a burger wrap all over his lower back, and so Yo and Desperado, they team up for a double clothesline. For some reason, Yo and Desperado just do a double clothesline, and the crowd goes bonkers for it for some reason. So that was fun. Turnbuckle shenanigans, and we get the Abe spot, of course. Bullet Club hit some move on Yo on the exposed floor, and I missed it because I wasn't looking, and I ain't rewinding it. So that happened. Heat on Yo. I'm okay with that. That was fun. So finally, he tags in Tama Tonga, who gets to do his WWE fire-up routine, and he gets huge reaction. But no, it's the kids who are wrong, not me. So Tama is wearing actual wrestling boots in this match too, not his like sneakers, So that was weird.
Yeah.
I thought that was odd, but maybe there's something wrong with the shooters, But Evil and Tama have a pretty good exchange in this match, and Hama is in to lose. Unfortunately, he doesn't do anything and then tags in and loses. So, Yo,
pretty much my note from the previous night as well.
Yeah, he did a few things in that match at least, But anyway,
his triple headbutts, yeah.
He hits a Rocket Kokeshi here on Evil, and he hits a nasty-looking headbutt to Evil as well. But everything is, in fact, Evil. There was a funny moment in this match. They're beating the shit out of Tama Tonga, and Bullet Club are like, fuck you, you're leaving. So they tore his gear, right? His shirt gear. So he tore it off later and threw it on the floor for a reaction. And Yo appeared later with that on. It looked really funny. And I was like, Yo, keep doing that stupid shit. And never win, and we'll be cool, So yeah. Sho walks Desperado. What's it say? He hits Desperado with the belt and unmasks him, and he steals the mask. So, but not the belt. So that's important.
That's true. We've already done he stole the belt and wouldn't give a backstory. We
That's
did it with him,
Evils.
and we did with Evil. Oh, yeah.
That's
We've
Evils.
done it. Because they did it with the stank belts too. Like, stole them as well.
Oh
Come
my
on,
God.
man.
Why
If
would
you're
you?
gonna steal something, aim higher than that. Come on, man. What the fuck? Oh my god. So the only reason I didn't take notes for this match is if Yo's on one side and Show's on the other, nah, I'm done. No, I've seen it. I can't do it anymore. I can't. Anyway, let's go to the next match, which is the Empire minus Jess Cobb versus the War Club again. So it's kind of the same from the last few nights, but hey, we start a bit different here. There's a Kanemaru Gambit, and man, here's my first note as well. Like, I just wrote this I wrote all the wrestlers' names. I'm like, again. Then my first note is these matches keep being awesome.
Oh, they're just fantastic. Yeah.
Like Driller and Clark and Catch 22 continue to have this almost like insane level of chemistry. Like, they're adding to the spots they do where they do the double fireballs, or they go for like other kind of double moves and stuff. They're doing new reversals or adding to the steps of those sequences and things like that. They're getting more complex. These two teams. So look, I understand TJP. You want a better spot, a bigger spot, or something like that. But this team you got with Akira, man, I would milk that for all you got, because Akira's the star of this team. He's the one fucking, I don't know, man. It's a good team, and it seems like he wants to just go and do other stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's work.
I hope Akira's not leaving.
Yeah.
Because, man, like, I know, like, listen, I know I'm the one that's like, oh, who cares? People leave, whatever. But, man, not Akira. Come on. Like, he's just now becoming that, like, big star, and I want to see what else he can do there.
That's it. So I'd say even the focus of this particular Empire versus War Club match is the juniors. It's mostly focused on them and all these kind of different sequences and shit they do. There's the no tracer trophy kill on Akira though for the 1-2-3. So Clark gets his win back from the previous night. Hey, and he pins the champion. Another rematch? Question mark. I don't know. I'm hoping not, because I'm hoping like the cage match is the end of the feud, right? Go do other shit.
I hope so. It's gotta be, right?
Yeah. So there's fighting after the match, and Gato saves Finley from Callum Newman. Then there's a shillelagh shot by Finley, power bomb on Callum, and there's a beat down on the Empire. And Finley calls them all pussies.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny because, like, they got Callum Newman. They're going to, maybe do a move to him or something. And Gabe Kidd proposes to everyone, let's kill him.
Let's just kill him.
Pretty great. So he's like, let's kill him. We also got, during this shenanigans, Great Khan diving in the ring and covering Akira with his body to protect him, but then being gut-wrench suplexed by the android from the ground. That was fucking awesome, dude. And then the android wasn't done. He picks up the ring bell. I guess somebody was throwing it around or something during the match. So he picks it up and plays the beginning to YYZ on the fucking ring bell. All right. So I fucking tweeted that out, like, oh, playing YYZ. And he confirmed, in fact, RIP Neil Peart. So I know he's a drummer, and I am also a drummer. So shout out to the android, who's probably a fantastic drummer.
He is drumming right now.
He's always drumming in your head. See, that's the thing. Drummers are always drumming in here. So anyway, the next match, Luke, is in fact just 5 guys versus LIJ, and it's Taichi, Taka, and Yuya versus Shingo, Bushi, and Tsuji. So it's actually just 3 guys, but they're 5.
Yeah.
So just 5 guys attack, and Shingo and Taichi do incredible pro wrestling. Just 5 guys isolate Tsuji, and they get some heat on him. Walker says Bushi is so impressive, every aspect of being a professional wrestler. And I said to myself, he's right, except for one thing. win-loss record. So Bushi gets some great babyface shit in and does it. He even does a come on after a dive, and that was funny. Taka and Bushi go for some fun junior stuff, and Taichi tries to save Taka, but he and Shingo just do Never stuff instead. And so Taka tries to beat up Shingo. That doesn't go well for him. He gets the kick out of a pumping bomber, though, which is nice. But folding power bomb from Shingo. He pins Taka Michinoku. Tsuji, after the match, beats the shit out of Yuya Uemura. And then Taichi's like bros around with Shingo. You know, like, so Taichi, when he feuds with people, he always just becomes their friend. You can't be around Shingo without becoming his friend. So, like, eventually, if you feud with him for a while, he's just going to bro around with you. It's just the way it works, man.
That's right. I feel like Naito really wanted to have a Shingo feud, but then, like, met him and he was like, nah, he's in LIJ. He's my friend. I'm like, no.
Well, yeah. He met Taichi. He wanted Taichi to be in this thing, but he's like, no, Taichi does his own thing. So,
I mean, here's how good Shingo is at making friends, dude. He got himself a new son. Yeah, but come on, man. I don't know. They're both good at making friends. That's all I'm saying.
It's true. Well, it could be argued that Shingo made the better friends, though. I mean, he's friends with Naito.
Yeah, that is. It can't hurt to be on a team with the most over guy in the company, can it?
It makes you over automatically.
Yeah, and you're already over by yourself, but it doesn't. Yeah, why not? That extra stanky level of overness, which is pretty good. All right, so next we have, oh my god.
Okay, so you messaged me. You saw this match was starting, and you're like, "Oh fuck, Doki's gonna lose. I wish he'd win," or something like that. And I was like,
I didn't say anything, and I still didn't pick up on that. Oh my god! Thank God. In fact, it was around here because I was catching up after camping, and it was a late night. I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch the last 3 matches the next day. You were like, hey, let me know, and we watched the last 3 together. So there it is. Right. Yes. So yeah, that was in my notes, Mr. Guy. I said to you that I wanted Doki to win, but then again, you know, that almost never happens. So it's still a possibility. This match is both awesome, and the story of it is all about pissing me off because Naito and Hiromu troll the shit out of poor Doki the entire time. Any way that you can like chomp him out and make him look like a little bitch, they do it.
His ponytail.
Yeah, and I feel
ponytail alone.
And I feel like that's part of the story, especially since what happens, post match with Hiromu, because like Sonata, oh yeah, we're in the ring with Sonata. Oh yeah, go. Oh, we're in the ring with Doki. It's fucking Doki, brother. This guy's nothing. He's just a fucking jobber, you know. So they're healing it up on Doki and making him look stupid. Guess what? Doki's not stupid.
He's smart.
He's smart. You got to point at your head when you say that too. By the way,
he's smart. He's friends with Taichi.
Yeah, that's it. He's friends with Taichi. There you go. Because after just getting all this brutal punishment, Doki manages to catch Hiromu in like the seatbelt clutch kind of pin. And not only does he pin Hiromu for a 3 count, he keeps it on because they've both done this to Doki, right? Pin him and just leave the fucking pin on. Because Doki's got heat with like Hiromu and Naito. I've seen him have great singles with both of them. And LIJ, well, especially Naito, just whooped his ass. So he's got heat with both these LIJ guys, and while he's like, "I'm gonna kill you," they're like. So it was really nice to not only do we get a 3 count, an official 3 count from the timekeeper, we get like a fucking 20 count because, yeah, he doesn't let go of the pin either until Naito comes and kicks him away.
Hiromu's trying to get out too, but he can't get out. That's what's great about it. He's like putting him down. So, what did you think of Hiromu's reaction to losing to Doki? It was amazing. Yeah, but come on, Hiromu. It's not that bad losing to Doki. No. Easy.
I mean, he did just go from losing the junior title till now losing to Doki, but I feel like Hiromu's going to win their singles match. So, like, you got to do something to give all the fans are like, well, At least make us feel like Hiromu might win a singles match against, or lose a singles match against like Doki. This is how you do it. And Hiromu doesn't lose anything by this. In fact, the tantrum and everything just kind of makes Doki look like a little bit better. I like it.
He caused that, so he made Hiromu crack, who's somebody that only cracks for like Yano. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's fun, and I really enjoyed it. There's also, we do have some New Japan news. I forgot to tell you. I read on the interconnected tubes that information flows through.
Ooh.
That Hiromu re-signed with New Japan. There's, I don't know, he's like one of those guys that you don't worry about going anywhere else, because I don't know how that would work. You know what I mean? He's just such a Japanese specific character. It's like, I think he's going to be staying there forever, but maybe not. I just feel like for now,
well, he's one of their top guys, heavy or junior, doesn't matter. He's one of their top guys. So
I thought it was funny. It's pretty funny too that like Hiromu's throwing this absolute fit, flopping around on the ground like a fish, yelling,
big tantrum, man.
And Naito is like, "Bro, it was just a tag match. Like, relax." You know what I mean? So, but it'd be interesting to see how he would react to being counted, 10 counted by a fucking, or 10 count pinned, whatever, by Doki. That'd be awesome. Okay, so we get the Never 6-man title match, and we hear the belt's theme song, Maybe Luke, for the last time. It's pretty cool. This match feels final, and it feels like important, like something's happening. And it's shocking that this is not the main event, but it is TMDK versus the Dream Team for the stank belts. And so, so this, on every other night, Naito has had the bigger reaction. Not on this night. Okada has the biggest reaction of the night. It does get loud for the main event too, but my goodness, this reaction for Okada coming out is a big fucking deal. So Walker, Texas Stewart, says that he has wrestled over 3,000 matches or some crazy number in Kurgan Hall, and only one man. I was thinking to myself, we got to have somebody to make sure that this match is like wrestled properly. And that in that like Bullet Club match, they let them do like lucha like rules or something like that for that match. And it wasn't even announced. This match, we can't have that. We need someone who can handle, the level of this match. And there's only one man, and his name is Marty. And so Marty Asami appears solemn, ready to, ref this match very seriously. So Okada and Fujita start the match. And that alone gets the crowd just like stomping their feet and shit. It's great.
It's pretty much the effect of like a "This is awesome" chant before the match.
Yes. Okada is like, man, okay, so he's always a dick, right? But this is like evil. Like Okada is evil in this match, and he just murders Fujita. It's so great. Like he takes him over to the corner, and so Fujita reaches out and tries to like knock Ishii off the apron. Ishii just no-sells it and looks at him, and the crowd's like, "Whoa!" It's awesome. So Dream Team full on heel. Tanahashi squishes poor Fujita when he does the somersault senton. Like, ouch! Like just squishes him. Oh man! So he knocks TMDK off the apron. Tanahashi does, plays guitar. It's awesome. So, I don't know if I've seen Tanahashi be that much of a dick, but he was celebrating like Owen Hart after knocking him off the fucking apron.
It kind of feeds off Okada a little bit when Okada's in full dick mode. Tana's like, yeah, I can go for some of that. Yeah, let's do it.
So Ishii tags in, and he and Fujita get never as fuck, to the point where Ishii throws Marty out of the way and Walker defends Marty sarcastically. Don't like that. Can't do that. Don't like it. He's like, oh, that man is a great ref. He sure is. Only we can do that, damn it. So that made me upset. But Ishii tries to grab out Fujita, which is fantastic, and it looks fucking brutal, and it gets the fans right behind Fujita. Like, mission accomplished, It's like they're like, you can't do that. So it was great. Okada gets back in to continue destroying him, and Ishii just yells at Fujita. Like, It's like Okada's beating him up, and he starts beating him up towards the ropes, and Ishii stand on the apron and starts screaming at him, "Fuck you!" It is really a lot of aggression that you don't see from these guys a lot. It's pretty great. So anyway, Fujita, he gets a little bit of fire up here. He hits a very poorly timed spinning heel kick, and he gets a dragon screw on Tanahashi, which he's done before for a huge reaction. So Shane Hayes tags in. He runs wild. Let's go. He hits all kinds of babyface moves, and Hayes is also here to bump around like a fucking maniac, which he does for everyone. So he has a pretty great never exchange with Ishii that rules. There's a Tower of Doom spot with the TMDK boys and Ishii that's really fun. Mikey and Ishii do some great wrestling as well. There's a massive Ishii chant when Mikey has him down, which is funny because they're like all behind Fujita, but they kind of don't really like Shane. And, comparatively, that's kind of how the crowd is choosing. They're like, who's in the ring right now? It's Ishii and Mikey. I'm going Ishii. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're kind of, it's pretty fun.
Case by case basis.
Exactly. Yes.
Sorry, Aussie boys. You're over with me. That's all right.
I mean, massive Ishii chance, like I said at that point. So anyway, that was really funny. Okada hits the biggest flapjack I've ever seen on Fujita. Fujita goes up huge, and it's like, man. So Mikey's left alone with the Dream Team, who hit their three-way, we're the fisherman like move, so bad. So anyway, they do that. And then Ishii starts hitting throat lariats on everybody. He hits some on Mikey, and Fujita gets in and runs wild on everybody. It's a little sloppy, but he hits a clean dive, which Walker Texas Stewart,
finally.
he smartly puts over the fact that, hey, he hasn't done this since he almost killed himself. Hey, let's see if he can do it.
I caught that too.
That was great call. Thanks for reminding us. I appreciate it. I wouldn't have remembered that. I just would have been like, hey, good dive. It was a clean dive. So he hits that. Let's see here. All right. Oh, there's a tank buster on Ishii for a really close near fall. And then the TMDK boys, they like double team Ishii for a while. And then another surprise tank buster out of nowhere. I think that's what it was. It was some tank buster like move. And then that gets another near fall, and the crowd is going insane. So now we get a section that's TMDK heavies versus Tanahashi and Ishii, like specifically. And this is where I'm starting to think, okay, Ishii and Tanahashi are obviously going to be a tag team and probably go after the tag titles. What does that mean for Chaos? Because is Ishii going to leave Chaos? Is Chaos going to break up? I don't know. That got my gears kind of spinning when I was watching that. So we end the match with Fujita versus Okada. All right. This is so awesome. So Okada gets sadistic at this point because he knocks Fujita down. And Fujita's so fucked he can't stand up. So Okada smiles and does this like evil, like, are you kidding me? Like, I got him down. It's going to be this easy, And it's just shitty kicks. Oh, wait. Okay. So he smiles. Fujita's too fucked to stand. Fujita stands up. He gets Okada down and he starts hitting shitty kicks. All right. From Fujita. All right. Man, he pie faces Okada, shitty kicks again, and Okada goes crazy, right? But Fujita uses the momentum to wrap Okada up in an STF-looking move that looks very silly because Fujita's very short and Okada's very tall.
Okada's like 20 feet tall.
It looks kind of
fucking kaiju or some shit.
But this is great. It builds up this big, like, sweet deadlift German bridging, like, suplex for two from Fujita that is just tremendous, man. So Okada hits a huge German of his own and a dropkick. He hadn't hit one yet. There's been some shenanigans with the dropkick. He points at the lion mark and hits two more rainmakers, all right? One more after that. But no, O'Connor roll out of nowhere from Fujita. 1, 2, no, fuck. It was so close, man. And Fujita's left alone with the Dream Team surrounding him, right? They absolutely kill him. They kill him. And Okada gets a huge chant. Drop kick, top rope elbow, snap zoom. Okada enjoys every second. Rainmaker, Okada pins Fujita, and the crowd loses their mind. Tremendous match. And before we talk about what happens after, what did you think of the match, Luke?
I loved it. And I guess I'm used to New Japan doing the, you're leaving? Oh, good. Now you're losing. Instead of the whole, he's got a few more shows to do. They've got plenty of time, I guess. But not for the stank belts, I guess. They already announced a match. I think on his last night. We can talk about that. Yeah, against Tanahashi. There you go. So that'll be cool. I love the match. It was a bit of a surprise because I don't know, Vegeta's not pinning. As the match was going on, I'm thinking to myself, if Zack Sabre Jr. was in this match, then I could believe. No offense, Mikey Shane, but you're not pinning these guys, not yet. Maybe Ishii. If Ishii's not getting pinned, no one's getting pinned, really, is it? So that was a surprise. The match itself is fucking awesome. It makes Vegeta look to be a huge star. I can't take anything away from Mikey and Shane. They were great, but the crowd was obviously into everybody else more, and that's just how it goes. Can't help it. But yeah, I don't know. I like it. After the match, like, this is what you're telling me, because I don't. It's just Walker by himself. He's not translating everything either. So I find out that that's it. They've given up the stank belts.
What do you think? So, Okada gets on the mic and he says that, that this is, he's, relinquishing the belts. They vacated the stank belts, right? Let's retire the stank belts, right?
I agree.
Yeah, we're done with these.
What better final team?
Mm-hmm.
And what better kind of final match than have it be a Kazuchika Okada showcase the greatest hits right before he leaves? That'd be perfect.
It's sad that Okada's huge moment of him vacating, it's like vacating the stank belt and then crying at his last moment of Okada, which was shocking to see. He's talking, he's eloquent, and all of a sudden it just breaks and he's bawling. And the crowd, they showed the crowd was still crying halfway through the next match because they were brawling in the crowd. There's still people crying. Which was pretty funny. But man, what a huge emotional moment. What a great crowd to do it in front of. I hope that's it for the stank belts. I mean, what else can you do with them? But at the same time, I think that's one of the changes that's coming. There's all these changes that are up in the air. What's going on with Chaos? What's going to happen with United Empire? Are the stank belts going to go away? It's like, these are the kind of things that are important about this show, though, is that this is kind of a turning point. It really is a new beginning.
Hey, he said the thing. That's the name of the episode on the YouTubes. The new beginning, part 2, maybe. I don't know.
This will be the road to the new beginning.
That's right.
2024.
I remember messaging you and saying something. Say here, another good take by Luke here. I was like, why is this match on last? Why wouldn't you have Okada on last? And you just said straight away, Okada's leaving. These two aren't. So you put these two in the main event. And, well, you see that match. You see how emotional it was post-match. You're not going to come out and stink up the joint, are you?
No.
Are you?
This match is awesome.
This match is amazing.
Awesome.
So fucking good.
Man.
Oh, and it has, I would even say, like, it's awesome when it's just those two, of course. But I would say there's even like I like the kind of mix of the House of Torture stuff in it as well. It's like a good mix because we know that's coming. It's coming. So, but how much of it is it going to be? And it didn't feel like there was an over-encompassing amount of it. We got the story, and then we got the post-story. It's
this kind of thing has always been in big matches in New Japan for the past 10 years, though. It's like when something's big, when it's huge, you pull the table out, right? And you try to kill the guy with the table. It's like, because you have to. And so that's kind of what we got here is this match is important because it's the new main event style of this generation. Like, these guys, this is what their main events might be like, in the future, 5-6 years down the road. And this is what New Japan's main event scene will be like. And that's kind of cool because this match has a mixture of like Never style wrestling. It's got your hardcore spots that are meaningful, and it's got lots of guys just beating the fuck out of each other. So
I would also say, yeah, this is my favorite Ren Narita match since he came back.
Okay.
I don't know, for some reason. You're right, like strong style. It started off pretty good, like Son of Strong Style. Yeah, that's cool. But he just came across, rather than a younger guy carrying on something like that, it just felt like he was bland and kind of a knockoff. Here, he gets to show all the character that he can in this in House of Torture, and turns out he's got some charisma in there after all. It's just like douchebag charisma, I guess. But I don't know. It's working for me. And I thought this match, oh my God, is the best match on the show. And that's saying something because that Okada match was incredible. And there's some emotional moments in that too. But this is my jam, especially since it gets my seal of approval of being never as ugh. So yes, Shooter Umino, Red Narita. The first 10 minutes of this is Shooter Umino bumping like a crazy maniac as Ren just heals it up and wails on him. Wails on him on the outside. Breaks his fucking face on this. Takes him here and does that. And it's Shooter just putting on a bumping masterclass, and it's Ren just getting increasingly like more and more cocky because like I'm breaking this guy down and all that kind of stuff. But what he doesn't see is like Umino, he's got that bit of a Bushi in him. And you just see in his face and you just know Ren Narita's fucked up. Because as soon as it starts turning around and the murder shooter gets unlocked, oh my God, we get some fucking brutal shit. We get like Shooter puts him in a cheeky Nando's position, kicks him in the face. So he's incorporating things from like feuds and wrestlers that kind of inspired him. So like he's got some mocks in him because took him under his ring and stuff. He's had those really impactful matches with Ospreay, so he's incorporated like the hidden blade, I don't know what he calls it, Beyblade or something, and he does the cheeky Nando's or something, but he kind of one-arms it. He just kicks Ren in the face and it just stomps him. It's fucking awesome. So he put a bit of extra stank on the cheeky Nando's. It's like, all right, yeah, that's an Ospreay move. Let me just like do a bit extra. Oh fuck. It's a shotgun drop kick that sends Ren over the rails too, which is amazing. There's portions of this match where like Ren gets Shooter down and he just like he's like it's dog shit, just flicking it with his foot right over Shooter's face while he's got she's distracted. Fucking 5 minutes later, Ren's down on the mat. Hey Dad, how's it going, man? Fucking sweep that leg right over on his face. And like maybe you can help me out for part of this match too, man. Just share the love because this is awesome. Because right after this, I get a spot, and I'm just pretty much thinking to myself, I don't think I've ever seen that spot like that before. And you write to me, I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm like, yeah, nah. It's all right, everyone. You've all been to a venue, an arena. You walk up the steps to get to where it is, and you walk up to your seat or down to your seat, wherever. Those stairwells. See them in every venue and arena. Shooter puts a fucking table over it, and you're just like, oh, well, that's a spot that's never going to happen. It happens. He fucking power bombs Ren Narita through the fucking table, and it's one of those power bombs that looks both gnarly and also, all right, man, you protected him so he wouldn't fucking roll down the stairs. Good. So not only did they pull off the spot to make me go, all right, no one's going to die. Ren takes the spot. Then he takes the light tumble down the stairs. Looks awesome. And I've never seen a spot like that before. And I was like, that's going to be ripped off in the Indies and in New Japan and everywhere for ages. Really, and that's going to go horribly wrong for somebody, I guess.
I mean, I thought it was interesting because you're watching it going, well, how is this going to work, right? And then you see it and it goes, oh, that works perfect because somebody going backwards onto the top step cannot hit their head. There's nothing to hit your head on, right? So he goes down that way, tumbles down the steps, and I would wager that there's probably some DDT show that's done that spot in Bergen Hall, but at the same time, that's the first time I've seen it in New Japan, and it went perfect. I mean, like, it couldn't have gone better. That was tremendous.
Just expect a voice email. Hey, Luke and Andy. It was done in DDT and Choco Pro in 2009.
And Choco Pro. They
loves some
wrestle.
Choco Pro. What can I say? It's fun. I have to admit.
Choco Pro wrestle in a tiny room. They don't even have a staircase. So we know Ian is lying. So and
that's true.
Our friend Ian we were referencing. So.
Yes. Well, it was me. Yeah. All right. So I'm just like, well, you guys don't even have to do much after that. Like, that's a creative spot. Just no. Then another table's brought out, and now Shooter gets like Death Valley driven through the table now as well. And you know how long and skinny those tables are. The break is like, it's like someone grabbed the end of the table and snapped its neck or something. It's like right on the fucking heart. Barely fucking breaks and bends as well. Both these men have bruises on them and stuff.
And cuts, and they're bleeding like from the back, and all kind. They're all scratched up. Ouch! Ouch!
These two boys have worked hard to kind of be like, all right, maybe how the feud started of me turning wasn't 100% amazing, because like we've done that story with 2 other tag teams by now. But where it ended with the House of Torture stuff, where it's come from here, where these two just hate each other and they're just killing each other, it's insane. So that, and the other factor in, they don't really mention it in this match, the commentary or anything like that. I don't think they really need to all the time. But for me, the extra added factor for this kind of brutal, heavy main event style match is, if Shooter's going to be in him, his dad's there. So I know they won't do any stupid stories like his dad helps him do a heel fast count, because ref stories, you don't want that in New Japan or anything like that. You just want to see Chumpy big goof and go, no. Well, and that's
just gonna say,
Chumpy can do a story.
Anybody's gonna do a story. It's gonna be him. He's gonna join House of Torture and be their ref.
That's right. Okay. I want to see him be the new Teddy Long and just become no tag team match. I don't know. No, I think that'd be a good spot for him.
Marty can't be the booker, but he can be like the, who's the WCW ref that was the NWO ref? That guy.
Oh, Little Nate.
Yeah, no,
it
wasn't him.
Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah,
he dressed like, he looked like Kenny Powers. No,
like, yeah.
Do you imagine Marty Asami with Kenny Powers hair, dude?
That will fucking crush it, man. So there's fucking 2 table spots. Both men are dead. What's happening next, man?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Well, all the guys are bleeding, right? So everybody's bleeding from the face and bleeding from the body. And this is an interesting part of the match too, because Ren at that point picks up the pickup or the push-up bra, right?
Yeah, he does.
But that's just a distraction for a low blow roll up, right? So he's, just like Kanemaru's joined House of Torture. Ever since he joined House of Torture, there's 2 or 3 steps to every cheating spot, and one just leads to another.
It's like he's elevated their cheating just by being a son of a bitch.
That's tremendous. So, okay, so he tries the push-up bra, but that's just a distraction. He gets a low blow for 2. And then he's like, well, let me try my old shit. So he gets the octopus, and the crowd's like, oh, fuck you, And so bridging exploder for 2 from Ren, that's too cool. So more suplexes from Ren, and he's bleeding from the face for some reason. And so there's a DDT from Shota, tornado DDT, and that DDT suplex thingy that he does. So all of the D's and the T's. So
circling the D's and crossing the T's.
Yeah, and dotting the lowercase j's. So House of Torture finally appear. There's a ref bump. Red Shoes is down. They do the hoe train and the dick chop on Shota Umino. But guess who comes out? Master what? Oh, no. It's Tama Tonga. He appears, and he, like, there's a lights out thing. And they're like, what's going on? That must be Dick Togo. But no, it's Tama Tonga getting back at House of Torture. So he comes out, low blow on Tama, though. But guess who? Someone appears to save him. And it's fucking Desperado. So he comes out and saves Tama Tonga. Then there is a nasty German suplex from Shota Umino on Ren. It's tremendous. So Ren crawls toward Desperado, but Desperado won't help him. Fuck
Hell
you.
no. Burn that bridge.
Yeah, man. I love it. That shit woven in here at the end's great. Death Rider, but no, rear naked choke out of nowhere from Ren Narita. And then they do the scary bridging belly suplex. There's 3 bellies. I don't know how. But with a bridge for 2 from Ren, and that was scary move. So
that was gnarly. Oh my god.
They do some reversals, but in the end, Shooter hits the Death Rider for the win. Desperado and Tama Tonga give a speech. These speeches are important, but Luke, that match was fantastic, right?
Oh, it was awesome. It was like, all right, it's a House of Torture match. They're going to interfere. But it kind of struck a balance for me. I don't mind it most of the time anyway, but just felt like everything kind of worked. Had the extra little story beats of like, no, Despy is like totally against you now. You're a piece of shit. Join the House of Torture, man. What do you expect? So extra story stuff like that. We might have gotten a little extra story stuff if little Master Wato was around, but he wasn't. This match was great. If this is any indication of like, there you go, you got the past of New Japan. Hey, they've relinquished the titles and Carter's moving off into the sunset away from the stank titles, and
it's the end of the Western.
That's
you
right.
drop the stank titles and you're right off into the sunset.
Like Shane. Yeah.
Like Shane.
Dude, this match was fucking awesome. The table spot, the physicality of it. These guys went hard, and hopefully they have a few days off after it. They killed each other. It worked. As you said, this was like, all right, the guy's leaving, semi-main. The guys who staying, main, and you've got to crush it after that kind of trios match like that. You really have to crush it, and they did. Remember, it wasn't too long ago where you and I were just like kind of bored of Ren Narita, and we just gushed about him for 10 minutes, or at least like, well, he was a big part of why this match worked. So yeah, we just gushed about him for like 10 minutes.
I mean, he works better as a heel. He's better like making other moves look good. Like his moves don't look that great. It's like other people's moves that look good when they're hitting them on him. So he
does have a heel moveset. You're right. They just needed to turn him.
But that's very important. You know, Shota Umino kind of vanquishes this part of his problems he's been having, however you describe that. But this is important what happens afterwards, because we get two speeches. One is not that important. Desperado says, "Oh, Sho, I heard you wanted a title match." Well, all these other champions are weak as fuck, and they are afraid to admit it when they have a challenger that's not good enough. But that's not me. So guess what? No title match. Fuck you. Tremendous. Love that. And then Tama Tonga has a little talk with Shota Umino, right?
Here's a sentence I've never heard from you before, or even seen you type. Keep watching till after the end. You know, for like the promos and stuff like that. It's not a common sentence for you, but this time you were like, dude, you got to keep watching this. I'm like, all right. And I jokingly said, Tama's not announcing he's staying, is he? Like, but alas, no. In fact, he puts a giant-ass smile on my face because he says this, he does all his farewell stuff because it's his last Kurikan night as well. But he says to Shooter, look, man, I'm going soon, but I need you to do this one thing for me before I leave. Beat Evil for the Never Open title. And I was just like, oh my God.
That's cool.
You just saw what Shooter could bring to a Never title match. And that would be a good kind of mid-cardish title for him to build up and put a bit of shine on and then move up a bit. I don't know. You can do heaps of things with Mr. Shooter right now. You can crush it with Zack Sabre Jr. in that kind of match. You can do some Never shit as well. Yes, please.
Yeah, man. That's exciting because, our beef has been that the Never Open title used to be, the fucking just the chops and suplexes title, pretty much, right? And so it's been a long time since that's been the case, and this is a way to get back to something closer to that. It's going to be a little while still, but at least that's a good direction. Now, I get it. I do have to make kind of like an observation, and I'm just playing devil's advocate a little bit here. There's a lot of guys that deserve this title shot more than Shota Umino. There's a lot of guys in line for that title. People like Hanare. There's a lot of other people out there that maybe should get that, and I'm sure they're not real happy about him getting that shot because, like, he's getting everything. Like, Shota Umino is getting the rocket strapped to him. All these young guys are. And I know it's out of necessity, but him in particular, they clearly see a lot in. And I can imagine working with him would be like, love you, buddy. Good job. So, but I think he's living up to the hype. And
I do too.
I think he's fantastic.
If he wasn't crushing it, then the rocket ship would suddenly start running out of fucking fuel and shit. I remember they pushed fucking Jay White really fast and hard, and he crushed it over no matter what they gave him. What feuds here? Now say this on the mic. Now I have a feud with this top star. Oh, I have a feud with this top star, and he nailed it. So yeah, and Shooter's doing the same. His entrances are a little long, and that's but other than that,
but it's worked on getting him over with the children.
That's right. Because he's a roughneck, you see.
His neck is all itchy. It's all rough. It's all itchy.
Sandpaper. That's so stupid. All right. So look, let's end on a Wato note because I do have a diary entry from him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sad about Wato because people were attacking Wato right and left, and we're like, no, we will defend the blue guy, and fucking he gets hurt. I just said last week something about how he never gets hurt. What an asshole. Me, I'm the asshole.
On that note, I just like to point out that Yujiro never gets hurt.
Hey, he's never going to do anything to get hurt, though.
That's true. I also want to say I don't want anyone to get hurt. So
of course.
All right. So it is dated December 3rd, 2023. It is episode 70 of Road to the Diary Master 70. Okay. Oh, no, it was sent by Jay on December 3rd. Sorry.
Oh, my God.
The entry is the November 20. I've got to be accurate. Shut up. I'm professional, right? Professionalism.
No matter how many times it takes, we're going to be accurate.
Yeah. Look at those bruises on that guy's arm. What a loser. The birthmarks.
If his arms were bruised up that much, he'd be like at the hospital, right?
That's true.
That'd be trouble. So...
Just making fun of skin conditions, Luke. What a fucking douchebag. Oh my God. November 29, 2023. I nearly said Numvember for some reason. Mm-hmm. I'm your Wato who almost threw up. The day after the Yamagata show, I went to Fukuoka for the event with Tanahashi-san. There were no direct flights from Yamagata Airport to Fukuoka Airport, so we went to Fukuoka via Haneda Airport. We took a small plane to Haneda Airport, but as soon as we took off, it was very windy and very bumpy, which made me feel very sick. But it was only an hour flight, so it wasn't too bad. After we arrived, I felt sick, but I felt better after eating some soba noodles with Mr. Tanahashi. But
it's the cure for everything. The soba noodles is the cure for what ails you. But I've also like to point out that there was turbulence. Wato wasn't scared. He was sick. Because he's a fucking badass.
Yeah. He doesn't tap out. He fucking passes out.
That's right.
The flight from Haneda to Fukuoka was also bumpy both before and after takeoff and landing. And it was hard to get drunk. But I was worried that I might fall off the plane. After I arrived, I did some recording at the radio station and then met up with Liger-san at the venue. It had been a while since I had seen him, but he was as hyperactive as ever. Lol.
Drunk.
Wato, it's hard to get drunk. And Liger's like, here, give
Let
me
show
your
you.
beer, and I'll fucking show you how it's done, mate.
It's
He's not. Liger's not asking you to hold his beers. He's already
no.
drunk them.
Mm-hmm. Down the
After the
hatch.
talk show, we held a lottery and played games with the fans. It was really fun. Thank you very much to everyone. After the event, I said goodbye to Liger-san and went back to Tokyo from Fukuoka. I arrived at Haneda Airport at 2300 and took a taxi home. It was a busy day going from Yamagata to Tokyo to Fukuoka and back to Tokyo again. There was no match at Corrigan on the 20th, so I went to Jingaoka for lunch and helped our company's advisor, Seiji Sakaguchi, with his bicycle when I got to the dojo. He asked me what I was doing there, and I told him I came to have lunch. Good luck, he said, and left. Afterwards, I went to the gym to work out and went to the supermarket to buy ingredients for the evening meal. Good luck. That's it.
What does that mean? So he saw someone at the restaurant and they were like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Well, I'm here to have lunch." And he goes, "Well, good luck," and walked away. What the fuck does that mean? Good luck trying to have lunch at this restaurant, you piece of shit. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, what the fuck, man.
How would you like?
Shouldn't have fixed that motherfucker's bicycle. What the fuck?
Yeah, he probably showed him how to dye his hair blue, showed him how to paint his bicycle blue, and it turns out that the guy was just a dick who maybe he doesn't like the restaurant. Maybe the staff was rude to him. And it wasn't
Bushi's chicken joint or what?
It's not anywhere near the train station,
Oh my god. When I was looking at the eggs with a mind to make fried eggs, I saw a particularly big one and thought it might be a twin yoker, so I cracked it open, and indeed it was. It had been a while since I had a twin yoker, so I ate them with a lot of enjoyment. There's a picture of it. Looks
What
like a
is
butt
it?
or boobies.
So is it like 2 eggs? Like he ate an egg?
Two yellow egg works in one egg.
Okay, all right.
Twins, I says. Recently, I decorated the entrance to my apartment with works by Moro Sensei and Nanaha. I think it looks particularly stylish.
Aw.
As you see pictures of them. Yeah, I guess so. If you're at Yo's house, you probably saw something like that at Yo's, and it's like, where did you buy that, Yo?
Yo introduced him to the artist. Yo was like, oh, and then Yo got like 30% or something.
That's right. The victory parade of the Hanshin Tigers and Oryx Buffaloes on 23rd was also amazing. I would have gone if I wasn't on tour. How do you know it was amazing?
How do you know? Yeah.
Was it on the TV or something? We look forward to the Tigers winning again next year. See ya.
Is that it?
Yeah, that is it.
Okay. Well, Watto's at least happy. He did mention that there wasn't a match. So he did like comment on the lack of wrestling. He didn't talk about wrestling, but he talked about the lack of it. So
he did give us a bit of a glimpse of backstage drunk Liger though, so we gotta appreciate that.
He's very energetic, you see. LOL.
Lol.
Tremendous. Pretty fun. Well, Luke, we have next weekend, I guess, on the 3rd or the 4th or some shit. Yep. There's more shows where the guys are going to begin the new. And so we will cover those when those happen.
Will. I'll be live for the first night. I will not be live for the 4th because that's my wedding anniversary, 7 years. Yay.
Oh, hey.
So, I will not be there for that one. So I'll probably just watch it the next day. Everyone needs to hear that. I'm always a bit rambly towards the end because I'm like, oh, we're finished. Oh, guess we talked all the wrestles.
Luke, I am going to a wrestling show this weekend.
Nice.
With my buddy Dean. We're going to go see this guy. I'm sure there's other matches on this card that I should probably mention, but like this guy that we love, his name's Brandon Taggart. Man, tremendous big man wrestler. You may have seen him on Evolve and other promotions. But he is tremendous, and he's kind of come back to wrestling. He's going to face Josh Alexander at like this like local indie, and it's Larry D's place. So Larry D used to wrestle for Impact, and that's kind of how that's this, that, and then up in there. So that's kind of how that works. But that's going to be fun. It's in Cynthiana, Kentucky, where I always have a story when I come back from there. So stay tuned.
You do. Fuck yeah, man. That is awesome. I don't have any wrestling I'm going to in the near future. So, sorry about that. I do have a new dog. She's really good. And I don't know if I'm getting any fitter yet, but I'm walking a lot more. Anyway, no one needs to hear any about that stuff.
I like your dog, and I like dogs in general. So, like, I'm happy to hear about dogs when dogs are doing things.
Yeah, I'm a cat person, so I've only ever had cats all my
You're a
life.
dog person now. So
yeah,
just
that's
go
true.
ahead and
I
admit
think
it.
we can be safe to say that if I've got a dog
Come
now.
on, man. You're converted. It happens immediately.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when you're doing something that you know a cat wouldn't be caught dead doing. You take the dog around the block and you're just like, oh my God, this is. Then you go like, I got to go for a drive somewhere. Hey, woman.
You want to go with us? And the dog's like, are you shitting me? Do I want to go for a ride? Are you fucking around? Yeah, I want to go for a ride. It's like having the most enthusiastic friend ever, but they're only enthusiastic about like 3 things. And it's like going outside, fucking eating and going for a ride. Those 3 things fired the fuck up, or you just coming home in general is usually like a party too.
Yeah,
it's like I'm home.
That starting, yeah.
But that's because then they can go outside, go on a ride and stuff like
that. Yeah, I'm learning all that, so it's been pretty good. Got a beagle too, so it likes to leap out at birds at any chance she gets.
So did you name the
dog?
I'm assuming you did not name the dog though.
Wilma, no.
Wilma came with the name. Was there a Fred at some point?
I don't know, but they had like other pets and multiple kids and different weird work hours, so they couldn't look after a dog like that.
Oh,
she's high energy. I guess.
like Liger.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, lol. All right, man. Oh, at least we get all our like stalling done at the end of the show, not at the start.
Yes.
But there's that. All right. Well, unless Mr. Guy has anything that he'd like to add.
So, yeah, he was doing this.
That's right.
Because it's We the People shirt. Remember that? Remember that gimmick?
I do.
Cesaro. Antonio Cesaro.
Antonio Cesaro. Alexander Cesaro. Was Antonio?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, Andy, anything? Add stuff. Bit of silence. Harmonica. In Gator we trust. There we go.